Right, so I have returned once again today to actually deliver on stream of Zombie Land Saga Revenge, or Season 2. We're actually all good to go. Something I actually do to myself, just think it's actually have background noise, because my USBs on my computer sometimes randomly do that. I have zero idea why. Anyway, yes, we have returned to episode 7 of Zombie Land Saga Revenge, which is actually kind of frightening to think about, to be honest. Considering about midway through this whole entire season now, I was like, oh shit, we actually are. I just realised that just now, I was like, shit, we're actually midway through. So yes, anyway, the previous episode actually was, once again, really damn amazing. For the most part, basically, it was a completely like insequential episode about Taiyamada actually just doing some random shit. But at the same time, what this show did in theory prove to us is even when the show kind of deviates a lot from, say, like the more emotional beats of the show, it still is really damn incredible. I mean, I must say, the whole episode itself was great. We actually had some updates on characters who otherwise haven't been in the show since last season. We actually kind of saw this new, like, quite interesting sport that I hadn't known about before. Basically IRL wave race, which actually was kind of freaking awesome. I was like, I kind of want to go to that and see that firsthand. And yeah, I mean, really, all in all, this show keeps on proving to me once again that this season is, above all else, just pretty damn amazing. Like, it's just about a 9 out of 10 season, because it does everything a season 2 should in theory do, but ups the ante even more so. So once again, I actually can't wait to see what else the show does do now, because we're actually kind of heading into the tail end of the series. I guess we'll see. Anyway, it's actually put on, it's actually gone live. We're actually all good to go. It's actually a Shona Road. Let's start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's start this thing absolutely now. I kind of feel like it's actually meant to be reminiscent of episode 1 of season 1, to be honest. Oh no. And the OP changed as well, no less. Oh god, this is a series of events. Oh no, this is a series of events. And of course he's there somehow as well. Now, I would like to say that was a massive oh no moment. I love how he's kind of like, oh shit, she's dead. Oh shit, we've got a new member. Seems pretty calm about having an actual dead body in front of him, to be honest. Inadvertently causing the murder of someone, well, guess inadvertently almost killing someone else, but actually subsequently actually dying anyway. There's no compass to gravity. That's it's a compass to gravity. Let's be real. The real problem in this whole entire episode is the soap itself. The soap is the issue all along. Why it gotta be slippery? Why it be slippery? That's the real thing. I love, I love that. He didn't even make sure. Oh god, this is gonna be one of those things. Now I have to go. Now I have to go back and actually kind of find out whether or not she's always been there since the beginning. It's actually just been a really multi-layered joke this entire time. You're kidding. But she knows. That's the issue all along. She knows. I love how it's just kind of like, guys, just join me on this. Like, it's your fault, dude. Damn, Lily is now finding out about how negotiations work. It's clearly the reason to why if there's like so many things that could go wrong here if she actually were to kind of like not be a part of it. So it's just like he's kind of got no choice in the matter either. God, Matt, this is the only mans I know in life that can just fuck up as badly as that. Like I've seen animes where the main character fucks up. Like you just like, man, you just fucked up. What you doing, bro? Sort that shit out. But dude, that's like next level fucking it up, bro. Is it really dirt, though? If they actually were to be revealed to be zombies, would anyone actually care? It'll be like, kick ass, you're zombies. That's awesome. I mean, you're dead and all, but kick ass. You would think with all the times she actually broken glasses, she actually would just wear contacts. Oh my god, it's a Tamagotchi. Man, when I was a kid, they were in black and white as well. I feel so old at this point. Jesus, I'm 24. I feel like I'm 30 or 50. So I actually do wonder whether or not it actually happens to be like a flip of episode 1, but instead of it being that she's dead, she actually's alive. So it's kind of answering that question of what if someone who wasn't dead actually joins the actual group. Oh yeah, shout out to when it almost all fucking died again. Shout out to that moment. It's kind of cute. That's kind of cute. See, it's determination that counts. It's determination that's key in the end. All along. All along, what's key is determination. It's a good point, actually. She's got a good idea there. You also have the option of like kind of getting more famous because of word of mouth as well. Actually, wonder whether or not actually we'll tackle social media a bit more later on as well, because that would probably be a really interesting thing, considering that's also like a massive idea that tends to kind of exist a lot nowadays when it comes to like new acts in music and stuff like that. Now, 10 times it's always social media actually kind of get your name out there, more than actually doing concerts. She's trying. Ty. Ty's always in a mood. I actually do remember Yugi's actually the eldest one out of all of them, technically speaking. She's from the eldest point in time. She's from like the 1600s, if I remember correctly. Is that fucking Robot Wars? That's also that's something that I don't think anyone else besides the British would actually get as well. So that's a really obscure British reference. See? That's being positive about being a zombie as well. 9 10 times everyone's like, oh shit, I'm a zombie. That fucking sucks. He's like, well, I can try new things, actually. They are the dark souls of the idol genre. I had to pop that joke one day. Ellen was dying twice. Let's not forget, almost dying twice at the same time. There's also a massive thing. Either this is gonna go well, or she just motivated her to do something completely different. That's the question. I still actually do wonder whether or not the actual CG itself was actually a joke as well. Oh my god, the metalheads are actually there still as well. Holy shit. They go everywhere. It's kind of amazing, actually. I don't know. I don't know why. I just kind of like that whole entire idea that even when they go somewhere small, they're still actually there. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute, and actually kind of tells you actually how much influence they actually have on them. It's small things like that. Even more surprising, actually, how many of these songs are actual bangers as well, because all their songs they make are absolute bangers. They don't just bang; they slap. They might even tread into Kino territory. Some might even head to kinography as well, who knows? I felt like Ty is actually my last brain cell during like a project. just keeping it all together, but at the same time just kind of giving up on life. Just kind of vibing. Just kind of vibing. Just there to absolutely vibe. It is true. They're not wrong. It is like, you actually can never predict what's going to happen next, especially with the whole thing of Cotton almost murdering someone. That's probably like the quickest introduction and exit of an idol I've ever seen in my lifetime. It's like the end of an anime series. It's like the whole like makings of the end of something. I know it's ending her whole entire journey already, but at the same time, it's sort of like, you know, like in episode 12, you're like, wait a minute, is this the end? Well, I feel like Kotaro actually made this whole entire thing on purpose, actually kind of like give her a whole entire lesson or something. You know, I always kind of feel like he has a really roundabout way of doing things. They always kind of like, it feels like he's actually trying to teach someone something at the end of it all. It's a roundabout lesson about something in life. Because he always stands there like he's actually done something good. That's the problem. He always stands there like he's done something amazing for someone. Like, who are you actually trying to fool here, dude? Quite literally. Just literally went in there and went out. God, Saki's so adorable. Well, that actually kind of answers the question, I guess, when you think about it. In a really roundabout way. is she legendary though? Oh shit, he's on it. He's on like a car bonnet. Why do we use that term over here? The Sacred Yugiri episode! Holy shit! We're getting it! Oh my... you spoil me, Zombieland Saga. You give me the Sacred Taya Mother episode, and now we're getting a Sacred Yugiri episode. It's happening finally after what, 2 seasons? We actually finally might actually know what happened. Or might know more about her, to be honest, because considering the actual theory behind her death is kind of alarming, so that is kind of interesting to actually find out maybe what happened, or possibly even some more information about her, which means gives me hope. We actually might see Taya Mother's actual kind of reveal at the end of this whole entire series. Give me the reveal, my dudes. I will literally pay good money for it. I will fund it myself. Out of the $2 are actually $2 actually own in my bank. I can't even say the words. The $2 are actually owned in my account right now. I'll give you $2, and you actually will give me the episode. That's how it works. The trade offer. Anyway, yeah, good episode really overall when you think about it. Because I mean, yeah, it's more of a self-contained episode more than anything. But at the same time, it does sort of then lean into this idea of them sort of actually kind of being exposed, but via the means of what they didn't expect, really. Because again, I mean, you expect it yourself, because as an audience, we're accustomed to the idea of, say something happens, or they're doing something kind of, if there's something either shady or something goes on, there's always a journalist behind them, always kind of on their tail, essentially. It happens every single piece of media. If I watch anything about a person who did something kind of shady, or someone died or something like that, a journalist is always there to actually find out what goes on, or detective, or anything like that. So I like how in this series the exact same principle applies. Like in essence, even though they're actually kind of experiencing their experience lives right now, there is still a journalist on their tail kind of finding out what the hell happened to him. Because again, it's one of those things that, yes, it is a mystery to why I looks like this, looks like the idol who died. There's also that whole entire idea, and the whole thing with Junko as well, the whole entire thing with Saki as well. All these things kind of actually kind of creates experience, makes you kind of go, yeah, why haven't they been figured out just yet? And someone's doing it. It's actually kind of like how that was once a plot point in season 1 that kind of got disregarded a little bit, is now actually kind of starting to become the main focal point. The idea of actually their whole entire life kind of being shattered. Because again, you kind of think to yourself, maybe if, say, an external force like a fan or someone comes into the group, that would be the key to actually them would be the key to their downfall, essentially. But that's actually not the case. Like in this episode, we actually didn't get that at all. We actually kind of got what's otherwise a kind of like a really good self-contained episode about a live person, who actually kind of seems really weird to say out loud, but a person who's alive actually joining their group. In essence, it wasn't what you expect. She joins, she realizes certain things, and actually kind of leaves on her own accord, and actually kind of lives her life. It actually is kind of adorable, even though, yeah, Saki's whole entire line at the end saying, if you die, hit us up, is kind of like, it's a bit alarming, but at the same time, I admire the actual, the promotion there. You gotta promote yourself somehow, as they say. So I like how this episode actually kind of dealt with the whole entire idea. I also like how it was sort of beat for beat episode 1 in a kind of very, very similar way. But in this episode, it actually was that she didn't die, she actually lived, and actually kind of then she lives on at the end of it all as well. Kind of expected a punchline in the whole episode, but didn't actually kind of get that. Actually kind of got a really good episode that actually kind of dealt with a question I've actually had raised for quite a while. I like how this season actually is doing that. This season's taking a lot more effort to actually kind of answer questions that you would otherwise ask about a group of zombies being idols in a very, 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 very like small town. So I kind of like how this show's actually kind of very much explaining all those questions, or answering all those questions to us. But still, the whole entire thing about them just being in Saga still hasn't been answered. So that is still the kind of looming question that we still have to kind of figure out, as well as the actual kind of reveals of who the actual, or what happened to Yugiri and actually what happened to Taya as well. Because again, both those characters are still shrouded in mystery this whole entire time. Granted, for episode 8 is going to answer that question slightly with Yugiri's actual kind of character. So I do be waiting. But yeah, I mean, I like the personality that we actually kind of got with the group this week as well. She was amazing. I actually really did like her. She was kind of very bubbly. She's actually really just a really loud person. But again, she fits the group so perfectly because again, they bounce off each other. That's actually what makes this show so great. Is the fact that each character bounces off one another. So it kind of creates that dynamic that you don't see very often. Because 9 out of 10 times in idol shows, it's a set archetype at this point. There's always like the very bubbly character, there's a very shy one, there's the very kind of angry one, so on and so forth. There's 9 out of 10 times other shows might in theory kind of like possibly deviate from the norm, but most of the time that's actually kind of like the actual overall dynamic they actually kind of share. This show doesn't kind of deviate from that. This show doesn't deviate from that at all, because technically speaking, at heart, each character fits an archetype. But at the same time, what the show does do, it kind of uses that to its advantage. It uses that to its advantage to actually kind of create a group of characters that you immensely fall in love with, that you want to see grow and actually succeed. And actually, when someone else joins them, it doesn't feel like someone else is overshadowing them. It feels like they're actually kind of joining the group, actually kind of being a part of the group. It's actually kind of one of the best examples I've already seen of using that whole entire idea. Because it is kind of hard to pull off, the idea of actually having someone else join a group. Because again, don't get me wrong, if you ever seen like a band, it's one of those things that sometimes when someone else joins, it's like, bro, what the fuck's going on here? Even the actual fans were like, what the fuck's going on here? But I like how the show dealt with that, but actually dealt in such an organic way that kind of felt like it was like, yeah, all right, let's see what happens with this. So it kind of quells a problem that might happen later on. And actually now we actually have to look forward to Yugi's actual fabled episode as well. And subsequently also the actual problem of them almost being exposed as well. So until next time, that has been me for today. So as always, if you actually have enjoyed this whole entire show I'm doing free, leave a like, because indeed it does happen quite a bit. If you have then enjoyed this whole entire show I'm doing free, also leave a sub as well, because both do help quite a lot. If you have then enjoyed this whole entire stream doing through, also follow me on Twitter, because it does help quite a bit. Actually, then know when your streams go live and any other streams I do as well. And as always, gochicho arigatou gozaimasu. I can't say words today. Boku no dogo wo, there we are, sent in the end. Moshiroi to omotara ine ga channel toriku wo onegaishimasu. So until next time, with episode 8 of Zombie Land Saga Revenge, or season 2, episode, I think at this point, like 18 or something.